There is a 512-acre parcel of land in northeastern Utah that is considered the most scientifically studied hotspot of paranormal and UFO activity on Earth. To the outside world, it is just a ranch. But to the military, the scientists, and the indigenous tribes who live nearby, it is a living nightmare. It is known as Skinwalker Ranch. For centuries, the Navajo and Ute tribes have forbidden their people from stepping foot on this soil. They believe the valley is cursed, inhabited by shape-shifting witches known as skinwalkers, ancient entities that can take the form of any animal, running at supernatural speeds, with eyes that glow like burning embers in the dead of night. But in 1994, an unsuspecting family bought this ranch, completely unaware that they were stepping into a portal to another dimension. What they experienced inside those borders forced the United States government to secretly fund a multi-million-dollar black-budget project just to investigate it. Today, on Unheard Screams, we look into the classified logs of America's most terrifying underground secret. Lock your doors. Because out here, reality doesn't just bend, it breaks. In the summer of 1994, Terry and Gwen Gorman purchased the ranch to breed high-quality cattle. The day they moved in, they noticed heavy iron bolts on all the doors and windows. The previous owners had fled in a hurry, leaving behind a warning: do not dig in the soil. Within days, the phenomena began. It started with the cattle. Massive, 500-pound bulls would completely vanish from locked pens, only to be found hours later, precisely packed inside a tiny, abandoned metal trailer that hadn't been opened in decades. Then came the mutilations. Cattle were found dead in the fields, surgically cored out with medical precision. No blood on the ground, no footprints in the mud, and internal organs removed cleanly within minutes. But the defining night of terror occurred when a wolf, 3 times the size of a normal timber wolf, walked calmly up to the family corral. It seemed peaceful, even allowing Terry to pet it. But suddenly, the beast grabbed a calf by its jaws. Terry grabbed his high-powered rifle and shot the wolf directly in the chest at point-blank range. The beast didn't bleed. It didn't even flinch. Terry shot it 4 more times, blasting chunks of flesh away, but the giant wolf simply turned around and casually walked into the thick tree line. When Terry tracked its footprints in the mud, the tracks abruptly stopped in the middle of an open field. The creature had simply dissolved into thin air. By 1996, the Gormans were completely broken. Terrifying blue orbs of light were floating through their living room, paralyzing them in their beds. They sold the ranch to a mysterious billionaire aerospace mogul named Robert Bigelow. But Bigelow wasn't working alone. He was backed by the Defense Intelligence Agency (DIA) under a highly classified government program called AAWSAP, the Advanced Aerospace Weapon System Applications Program. The Pentagon deployed military-grade sensors, infrared cameras, and heavily armed guards around the perimeter. Skinwalker Ranch became a living laboratory. PhD physicists, intelligence officers, and engineers lived on the property 24/7. What they recorded shocked the deep state. Sensors detected massive, unexplainable spikes in electromagnetic radiation that would instantly drain car batteries and cause severe neurological damage to the researchers. Invisible, heavy entities were captured on thermal cameras, walking past the guards. One night, 2 scientists standing on a ridge saw a physical tunnel of orange light open up in the sky. Through their night vision goggles, they watched a towering, muscular, humanoid creature crawl out of this tearing portal before the sky snapped shut. The government realized they weren't dealing with simple ghosts, they were dealing with an interdimensional gateway. Today, the ranch is owned by real estate tycoon Brandon Fugel, who continues the scientific investigation with a team of experts. And the anomalies have only grown stronger. Every time the team attempts to dig into the ground, conduct a test, or launch a rocket into the sky, a highly specific radio frequency spikes on their spectrum analyzers, 1.6 GHz. This is the exact frequency used for deep space military satellite communication. But there are no satellites transmitting from inside the valley. The signal comes from directly above the ranch, from an invisible point exactly 5,000 feet in the air. Rockets launched into this invisible zone malfunction instantly. GPS signals glitch out, showing coordinates in the middle of the ocean. Helicopters flying over the ridge experience sudden instrumentation failure. Multiple high-definition cameras have captured massive, dark triangular crafts appearing and disappearing in this exact airspace within milliseconds. It is as if an ancient, hyper-advanced artificial intelligence is shielding the ranch, watching the researchers, and responding to every move they make. Is Skinwalker Ranch a sovereign territory of ancient Native American spirits, a base for extraterrestrial visitors, or a permanent tear in the fabric of space-time? The deeper scientists dig, the more the ranch pushes back. People who visit the ranch often report the Hitchhiker Effect, where the terrifying poltergeist activity, the dark shadows, and the nightmares follow them back to their homes, thousands of miles away, infecting their families. The warning written on the gates of Skinwalker Ranch remains absolute. If you ever find yourself driving through the barren deserts of Utah, and your phone signal drops to zero, and you feel an overwhelming sense of dread washing over you, do not look at the ridges. Do not follow the lights in the sky. Because at Skinwalker Ranch, you are not the investigator. You are the subject. Thank you for watching this deep dive into America's most classified mystery. If you want to uncover more global terrors, subscribe to Unheard Screams. Stay safe, because the darkness is closer than you think. Good night.